Hey, I just wanted to make a video real quick and talk about the fact that, if you don't know this already, I will just tell everybody, um, you probably know if you know me well enough and you've seen all the shit I'm gone through, then you can see why that this is the case. I have complex PTSD or complex or you could call it chronic post-traumatic stress disorder, which this baby helps with a lot because she's so awesome and sweet and loving. And so is Kidums. Like, Kidums is like truly a pet therapy. Like she's whatever the word is I'm missing here for Kidums. She offers that pet therapy for me. She's a sweet Kidum. She's not like super cuddly either, but she's just sweet. She has her moments, and but yeah, I also have physical problems with my body, but it might not seem like it the way I'm moving around and stuff like that, but all I can do is, besides I've went through counseling and therapy for mental health since 2010, so that's like 16 years, but also I do physical therapy as well. But I do these things from home for the most part now because my life has been so crazy and chaotic because of the PTSD. But the PTSD, I just want to make something clear. I know I'm not alone in this, that a lot of people are like me who have gone through therapy, like for mental health treatment, and then like we like learn what is good, boundaries, and how to be healthy as far as like to do good for ourselves, to keep ourselves safe from bad people. But the problem is that the bad people just stay exactly the same and or just get worse. And it's like not even looking in a mirror and you have like shit all over yourself or something, walking around like, oh God, this is such a terrible example, because I really hope and pray I don't have to witness that when I leave the house or something, because sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not entertaining any of this. Like, I do not think it's humorous, but I hope that helps some people that are going through it. Like, just because there's so much we have to do to regulate our central nervous system. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, basically, if you know what fight or flight is, or if you don't, I'll explain it. It's when you're going through some kind of trauma, like just something happens, and anything that's for regarding anybody who has a normal life or whatever, you encounter a bad situation or scenario, you get in an argument or fight with somebody, and you're like, oh, I don't know what to do, and you're in fight or flight, which means you either are going to fight, maybe not physically exactly, but you're arguing or whatever, or you're running away, and that could just be where you don't want to address what's the problem, and you're just like, okay, and you pretend like it's all normal. Hey, I know timing is funny. What's wrong? What are you doing? She's getting restless because this baby went and lost the remote for my TV out here and the remote for the TV in here. And the funny part is that earlier today, Spectrum, that's my internet company, did there was an outage in the area till it was supposed to be till 2:30. Mine got back on before that, but that's what they were saying anyway. And then after that, then my remotes went missing. So I feel sick right now so physically I feel sick all the time, like, not all the time, but all the time. Like, I've gotten more and more creative to find ways to heal myself. there's so many ways, but it's not, the thing is, it's like, it reminds me of when I had my baby. I had blood pressure issues, and I had her 2 months early. So at the time, I didn't feel good. I knew something was wrong. I had back problems. I felt sick, like nauseous, and it was just didn't feel normal. It felt off. So I went into the hospital, and sure enough, my blood pressure was up, and they did so many things to try to lower it, and it was always like a super temporary thing. It would lower, and then it would shoot right back up, and they did a lot of different things. They were very great. Shout out to Oshai Children's Hospital of Buffalo, New York. That's where I live. I was born at Children's Hospital, and 3 out of 6 of my kids were born there. The other 3 were born at Mercy, but Mercy was good, but like there were some really great doctors. But again, I'm just gonna talk. I say the truth. So remember the part where I said I have to do a lot of stuff myself. I'm just saying sometimes in the past I've had issues with the system getting like good medical treatment. And so going back to the complex PTSD part, I've spoke about my parents and my sister. I don't want to do this. I think they like this, but then they don't. But it's like their minds are so warped that it's like they like the attention, and they've all got themselves used to this like dynamic of negative attention. I really think they think that, oh, any attention is like good attention. Like you've heard that about like getting attention, and like when it comes to like being a celebrity or something like that. But the thing is, usually being a villain doesn't pay off, I would think. I think that you would have to be an actor and play a villain maybe, and then, whatever, that's good for you type of situation. You're not hurting anybody for real if that's the case. Like, what's that guy's name who played Captain Hook? Anyway, I'm just saying he's like has that villainous face, but I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know how many bad guys roles he's played. There's other people I could use as an example. I think it's kind of funny that Melissa McCarthy played the Ursula the Sea Witch in the newest Little Mermaid movie, and it's with real people, not cartoons. I think she did a good job. But yeah, to like kind of just break it down, it's one thing like the fact that from my lifespan and regarding my parents and my sister, there has been actual physical abuse from them, but mostly mental. It was like all mental abuse from my mother, but at the same time, I'm not sure that she didn't pay people to abuse me and physically, because both my sister and my father have, I feel like it's possible that my ex was paid to beat me up. I don't know. I got weird vibes from him sometimes, like, but I don't know. But I do know that there is one person that is currently caught up in their dynamic. And I'm saying this because he really needs a wake-up call. And he knows who he is, like, and no, this is not somebody I'm dating at all, and I never would again. So, whatever. It is what it is. It's just, why is the question. I'll just say this. I told him already before to, you had to pick either the kids or my mother. And yeah, I wouldn't do this, but honestly, I'm tired. That shit is over. It's out. I'm not going to allow my mother, my sister, or my father to bother me ever again. You can't, like, it's just, you can't just go and buy, like, if I'm like a stranger, like, if I'm, you either just don't like me, you don't respect me for no fucking reason other than because I'm not, you can't control me. I'm just like, this is what protecting your peace looks like. Putting your foot down when you've had enough. Like, it's not that I was allowing or enabling anything. For 20 plus years, I have been on my own, whether they came around or not. Most of the time, it was not. The one time me and my sister shared an apartment for like a month, and she just was such a bitch. Like, it wasn't that it was so bad for me, but apparently it was so bad for her that when it ended and she moved to the downstairs apartment, she called the police for no reason and had me arrested. But she stole my jewelry and started shit. Like, I don't even remember. We were arguing probably because we were stuck in a house for like a month or so in this, like, the thing is, like, I can't feel sorry for her because she's older than me, for one thing, and she knows that she's a fucking bitch to me my whole life. Like, the only time she was ever nice to me is when I took care of her kids. And when I had my own kids, then, oh no, that was out because she just, it's like things that are never or never were their problems always became their problems in their eyes. But they like would invent problems too. Like, I've always been hopeful about like trying to do something with my life. And honestly, if they had supported me, it would have been helpful. But if they hadn't been doing bad things to make everything collapse over and over again because they did that, then we don't really know what could have been if I would have been able to really build something. You have to start on a solid foundation, and it was always like literally the foundation of this house is shitty now because of them. Because what happened was, I knew, like, I'm like, why, what happened with the fiberglass in the attic? Well, they had the roof repaired, but then there was still like holes or something, and they don't really put a lot of time and effort into fixing things or keeping up, making sure a house is steady and sturdy, the repairs. They rather wait till like shit falls apart, or really like they think they're doing something special, saving money, getting cheap, shitty material, and trying to pay people less money. But the problem with that is then people are going to do shitty work too. So if my sister's husband, Paul, wasn't instructed to make a shitty sink or two shitty sinks in the, or it's a sink with the two things, you know, the sink bowl things, whatever. I could show you, but who cares? You know, that's in the kitchen. They didn't have to do that. They could have, there was this little corner space with an old ghetto sink, but they didn't like, because it was like in the corner or something, like, whatever. I don't know if they thought they could make something else that was cool in there. Right now, it's just a bunch of junk in there. Yes. What, you want to talk about this? What I told you? I was saying I think this is a kid I babysat when I was a kid. But his cousin was like mad. I don't know. I was a child myself, so I wasn't much older than them. And we went for a walk. And the little girl ran off. But it's like anyways. It was just a weird scenario. Anyways, it's weird to think about that when you have, like, that I babysat a politician. Even if it was once. But again, my own sister had a similar experience. And yeah, she could blame me or not, but she was never much with kids. Like, she's pretty shitty with kids. And she thinks she's cool or whatever, but in reality, it's not cool what you did to me and my kids. And, like, I've thought about this. I've had plenty of time to think. Lying about my boyfriend and trying to make him look like a violent person? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, did you ever see him or you interact with? Yeah, you did. So you know that's way far from the truth. Like, they are so racist, whether they want to acknowledge it or they know it. I think they know it, but they want to make it seem like they're just... I think the issue, what it comes down to is they're so, like, super narcissistic. Like, it's... The problem with, like, narcissism is, like, not acknowledging when you're wrong, never apologizing. These are traits from what I've seen, at least from these people that I dealt with. They're narcissists, psychopaths, passive dominance. There's a lot of homeostasis, dysfunctional homeostasis. I can go on and on. I have a lot of stuff that I wrote down from my therapy. Samara Hill is very helpful, and thank you. You know, we all appreciate you. She has a very nice community. You know, we are the Walking Dead. Like, not like what you think. Like, we're not zombies. We're alive through this. We made it through this, even though people literally either tried to kill us. Like, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, if you're a bad person and you just... I think people need to hear this. If you're part of a family dynamic, think about the people in your family that are quote-unquote the black sheep. Did you ever see something where they're the black sheep and then somebody else is or something? I've seen that in my own family. I don't really want to put you on blast, Nikki, but you know damn well. Like, I don't look at you like... I see that you had a fucked up ass life, and I try to be there for you. But I'm just talking because you were the black sheep, but because they switched the dynamic around and put it on me, oh, you felt like you're part of the family. And I'm sure everything your sister went through made you feel like that gave you, like, oh, you're better or something. Do you really want that for your sister? No. Just like you don't really want what they're offering you. You know, you rather would have love and support from me and your sister, but you would also, like, you want your sister around, but you want her to be a better person. She can be that, but she needs support. You know how she's going to get that? If I get her sons. If I adopt her sons, but we don't know if that's even possible, because just, like, there's so many systems that are faulty departments in the world, whether it's medical, when it comes to getting medical treatment. Like, things are changing and they're getting better. Why? Because you have the right people in the right places at the right time to help and actually do that. But because I didn't always get the best medical treatment, and or the fact that Carl, Eileen, and Megan infiltrated my insurance and messed with stuff, I know you guys did. I do believe you're trying to get, like, you put some kind of life insurance on me and you're trying to kill me, but you definitely wanted to control me. I was just watching that movie about Marilyn Monroe, A Week with Marilyn Monroe. Well, it's called A Week with Marilyn, My Week with Marilyn. Even though I'm not like super girly all the time or whatever, I'm not super manly either. I am the way I am because I have to do everything. But again, I'm not here to tell people how to be either feminine or masculine or whatever. It's just you should be happy who you are. If you see people doing good, you're not supposed to just sit there and be jealous. Like, yeah, you want things. People want things, but just ask yourself did you do all that hard work like that person to deserve it and stuff. And if you know that, if you can say yes, then you know that you just got to keep on working hard. But scamming and lying, being fake, all of that is not going to get you nowhere. You're so cute. So she still has like turmeric on her butt from yesterday. Yesterday, this baby spilled chia seeds and some of my turmeric seasoning. So turmeric is like a yellow orange, but yeah, it like dyed her pants a little bit. So somebody needs a bath. She's been kind of funny about all of that though lately. She goes through her periods where she loves baths and then sometimes she doesn't like it, but she always likes the after part of feeling clean and all of that, right, Quinny? Anyways, I feel a little better talking about this. I just want people to know who I am or know me. Like, I am who I am. I'm not trying to hide the fact that I've gone through stuff. I'm not trying to hide the fact that I am, like, nope. Nope. She's thinking about going up the stairs. She knows she can't go up in the attic. Nope. You don't want to fall, right? Come on back down. Nope. She went up 2 steps. All right, that's enough. Good job, but nope, that attic is nasty, and I already explained to you, you don't want to fall. Nobody wants to fall down the stairs. Look at Quentin, this boss baby. Boss baby in the building. Oh, I guess she's got my chair. So I had an office chair somewhere. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I know she didn't move it in here, but anyway, yeah, this is so fun. I feel like a dog sliding his ass on the carpet, but I'm just, anyway. I'm on my chair, so anyways, getting back to my central nervous system. I've just, like I said, I've learned more and more things and ways. So I'll just break it down for everybody who has issues like that, possibly. The thing is, if you have people like that bother you in your daily life or regularly enough, several times a month or whatever it is, anytime let's say you got rid of them out of your life, but then they try to have other people come in and bother you. That's something I've been going through for several years now, since I cut them off. And I was saying earlier, there's one person, and I've gotten fed up with him because there's not been any dating or interaction of that nature since 2012. So my point is that he can't, I don't care if he's mad, but do you see what what? What? You're tired. I think you need a nap. You need a nap. Alright? So I'll just say this because I should probably get going on this. Okay. People say this stuff like, oh, this triggers me or that triggers me or whatever, You're going to have stuff in life that's going to bother you, but you have to be able to know how to deal with it. Like I said, the best thing, keeping bad people out of your life so they're not controlling you. Like, yeah, we're supposed to, like, do things for each other, help each other, work together. Like, people you interact and deal with, especially friends and family and loved ones and stuff. It's one thing somebody has a job and then they have to do something, or you work with somebody. And she's thinking about on her shows, and they talk about jobs and stuff. Like, Harry the Bunny talks about careers, right? She's clapping her hands. I know that's why she was excited, because I was talking about jobs. Like, nobody gets excited about jobs, but that's why, and that's good. Like, that's what I want for my kids, to be excited about their futures and stuff. Me, I was taught, like, when, anytime I want to do this, I want to do that, there was always some whining in my ear about, blah, 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 blah. But then, while I'm depending on them, that's why they, like, it would seem like, it would appear like they weren't happy when I did depend on them for money or anything. And this is so long ago, but that's all it is. They love to be in my face, feeling like they're better than me or something. And they'll never be better than me. But sending in an ex to lie to me, like, I'm not stupid. I'm not saying he's not a natural liar. But to, like, lie about dumb shit and play these games, and he's literally mirroring their activity, which makes me question if he has a relationship with my mother still. And I said still because I believe that was something way back when. So I'm being nice here because I didn't get into too much details about exactly who I'm talking about. But I'm not talking about Ike Amin, okay? I'm just clarifying that. He is one of my artists after all. So me and him had some issues. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. And I've dealt with domestic violence with him and somebody else. So, but those issues have not been issues since 2016. And I just have so many plans to help people in all different avenues. Okay. Like, but it's not fair, the injustices that I have gone through. It's not, and I'm not the only one who's gone through it, and I know that. So, that's the best thing people like myself can do, is try to make things better if possible. But even if I'm fixing those things, so for our future generations, so nobody's kids have to go through all of that, like when they have kids and such, and all of that kind of thing. But yes, my mother and my sister have really, like, serious issues, but my father is a fucking dumb cunt bitch for just turning, like, he would be cool unless they were like, no, don't be. And that's how it always was. But yeah, it was like, it's like he shouldn't have to sneak to be cool or look out, or it's just, it wasn't like that. But yeah, the fact that my sister felt, I just feel like they want to keep us in like with nothing, so that we have to go to them. But it's just really sad because she chose them over me, which she was always on her own, sort of, but then she wasn't. But then she's been stuck underneath them like for 20 plus years. When we were all younger, we were both independent, and then they got us caught up in their little shit. But she got herself caught up. I feel like they paid her husband to, like, be in the situation. Like, I don't know. He's kind of creepy, but whatever. I don't know that they paid him. I just know that they sure got a lot of faith in him, but in reality, he's their slave and she is their slave as well. And this is my opinion, but it is what it is. So Merry fucking Christmas. Yes, I still have this. This is very nice. And Quinning like still carry it around, and I told her who it's from, and it says, Merry Christmas. I was waiting for the perfect gift for you to jump out at. And it did. Enjoy it. But anyways, there's rules and laws and stuff to protect people, protect kids and all this stuff. But me and my kids have gone through a lot because of my parents, and I'm just trying to fix the system, and justice was served, and I'm going to serve up the justice. But anyways, this has been a nice talk, and just remember, you got to do things to help yourself if you have central nervous problems, system issues. But again, the best thing you can do is keep on working towards protecting your peace and don't give up on this stuff, and relax when you need to, exercise when you need to, get fresh air, do all those good things they tell you about in counseling, so to help yourself and better yourself, and it'll all be okay. That was quick. All right, I'm gonna go now, and peace out, and peace on earth and stuff, and goodwill to us all, and amen.